Right, so hi everyone, my name is Guilherme and I'm the DSC lead for this year from the club. I'm going to talk to you about the club and explain everything about what we plan to do this year and all of our events that are going to take place in the next few days. So first of all, you guys can meet the core team, starting by myself. As I said, my name is Guilherme and I'm a computing student here at the University of Aberdeen. And I will be the president/lead, depending on what you prefer to call for this year. If you have any other questions about the club, feel free to message me after this presentation and I'll have all the pleasure to answer you guys. I would also like to introduce you guys to our faculty advisor, Dr. Bruno Young. He's also here on the call. Yeah. And there's also all of our other core team members, so I guess I'll give them a minute to say a little word about them, starting by Eric.
Hi, as Guy just said, I'm Eric. I'm the secretary for the society, and that means that my job is to ensure everything runs smoothly behind the scenes. For example, I'm keeping notes in committee meetings, communicating with author, and similar things. I'm also a second-year computing student, and I'm also interested in the various technologies that we're going to explore in the society.
Sharon, I think you're muted.
Sorry about that. Hi, everyone. My name is Sharon and I'm the treasurer for the society. I'm actually a second-year language student, so my knowledge is pretty limited in the way of computing and technology. However, there's still a lot of ways for me to be involved. For example, being the treasurer, I'm responsible for our financial well-being and working as a team with the rest of the committee.
Hi, this is Warren. You can call me Federico. I'm a second-year student. I will assist the president, and in general, I will support all the team.
Hi everyone, my name is Darius and I'm a second-year computing science student at the University of Aberdeen. I'm the event coordinator of the Developer Student Club, which means that I'm responsible for all the social functions and occasions of our society. I'll make sure that all the upcoming events will be useful and interesting for everyone, regardless of your computing knowledge.
Should I introduce myself? Oh, okay. So I'm Bruno Yoon. So I'm a lecturer at the University of Aberdeen in the Department of Computing Science, and I'll be the faculty advisor for the group. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Alex. Nice to meet you all. I'm gonna be the engagement officer of this society. My role is to ensure that everybody is welcome here and supported. So if you have any suggestions on how we could improve your time with us, please feel free to contact me. Have a nice one.
All right, so that's the core team. Now you guys know us all and feel free to contact any of us if you have any questions or any problems. Now moving on to what is a DSC? So DSC, or Developer Student Club, it's a program that is run by Google developers, which means that we are partially sponsored by them. And it's a university-based community group of students that are interested in learning new technologies. We welcome students from all undergraduate or graduate programs with an interest in learning further develop their technology skills. By joining a DSC, students will grow their knowledge in a peer-to-peer learning environment and have the opportunity to build solutions for local businesses in their community. We'll touch more on this point later on, as I have a dedicated slide for it. For people without a background in technology, this will also allow you to expand your knowledge without having to learn, without having to worry about the grades or losing credits as university, as you would if you were to take a computing course. Also, for those members who are interested in really taking this step forward, In the second semester, there will also be some challenges that Google has presented us and will allow us to compete in a global competition with very interesting prizes. But as I said, I will touch more on this later in the slides. Now, I would like everyone to just press play on this video. This is a video from a developer student club in Ghana, and they explain a bit what they did with their year last year and what the club was and how it worked. So please take 2 minutes and just watch this video. Okay, right. So I hope everyone had the opportunity to finish watching the video. Yeah, as I talked in the video, this specific club in Ghana, they decided to tackle a problem that they had in their community, which was related to their mall. And the way that they found to solve this problem was to have an app with AR integrated, so augmented reality, that shows you the way through the mall and helps people navigate the mall. This is just an example of what we as a club can achieve, no matter where you come from or what your background and degree is. As long as everyone dedicates themselves to learning something new, you can always bring something to the table. Now, Okay, now talking about some of the benefits of joining the club. So one of the advantages of joining the club is that you will be able to meet various people from various different degrees that have similar interests to yours, and you'll be able to explore these interests and grow upon these interests and learn more as a developer together. We will also be hosting multiple workshops throughout the year and we will support your learning through these new technologies. Some of them, for example, will be Python, web development. We'll also try our best to explain and help you understand how these technologies can relate to your main degree. So, for example, I know that a lot of psychology students have to use certain Python programs for their research in their last year, and this also applies to every other degree. Some way or another, you'll find a way to link the technology to it. Another benefit of the club is also that you will be able to share your experiences and help others learn. This applies to, if you join this year, next year you can be in my position and be teaching other students who are interested in just starting their journey in the club, or even if right now you think that you're good enough at something, you can just come talk to us and we'll organize some kind of workshop where we can work together and teach other students that same technology. Right, more on the benefits. All of our active members, and by active we mean that participate in a lot of our events, and also that we can get a clear picture that you progressed somewhere in technology while you stayed with us this year, will be awarded a certificate from the club. There's also more certificates that you can achieve. In this case, some of them would be, for example, during Google Cloud Month. This was last month. We weren't still set up in Aberdeen, so unfortunately we couldn't do this, but we would have been able to certify Google Cloud University experts, which is something that's really good and would look really good on anyone's CV. So that's also some opportunities that we have available. In the next following months, there will be months of other types of Google technologies that we'll also be able to certify you in. And there's also the Solution Challenge on the second semester. But I'll talk more about the Solution Challenge in a few slides down the road. So just bear with me. Right, so another important point to mention is that the club is 100% free to join. There is no membership fees at all. All of our future events will be free, but we would also like to ask you if you have the time to just register as a member at the AUSA website. It's, theoretically speaking, you have to purchase a membership, but the membership costs £0, so in reality it's free. And also please register at our DSC platform. We'll be posting these links later on our Facebook and social media, and we'll give a little tutorial on how to register at these platforms. The DSC platform is extremely important for us, as the more members we have, the more support we'll end up receiving from Google developers. So please help us by registering there. Okay, now these are some of the technologies that we've planned to bring to you guys this year. In this case, we're going to try having workshops on Android, Flutter, and Firebase. We'll also try to have an introductory workshop on GitHub and Git in general. We'll also be doing some programming languages such as JavaScript, Java, and Python. For those of you who are not familiar with any of these technologies, don't be scared. Some of them we will expect you to have some previous background knowledge on them. Other ones will start from the ground up and will help you learn something new. Also, if you have any technologies or any specific thing that you would like to learn, feel free to message us. We're up for whatever ideas you guys have, and we'll do our best to bring them to you. Right, this brings us to the future events and workshops. So we decided to split our events into beginner level and advanced level. So beginner level, we consider anyone who has zero knowledge on computers and just wants to learn something new. For example, our next event on the 23rd of November will be on creating your personal website. We'll start everything from the ground up, and throughout maybe 1 or 2 workshops, we'll help you develop your own personal website so that you can put your little portfolio and just showcase it to employers in the future, or if you want to start your own blog or whatever you want to do with it. After this event, we'll also be having our introduction to Flutter event. This event, it's advanced level, which means we require you to have some experience in programming. So basic knowledge of programming is necessary, because otherwise we would take too long to explain everything from the start. We also plan on doing introductory programs to programming, if anyone is interested, and please feel free to give us more ideas on what you would want to see as workshops or events. We will also be running a bunch of talks. So we are currently inviting some Google experts from all different fields of technology and business and finance to come give talks to us. So if you guys are interested in any specific talk about a specific topic, also please just let us know. Also here, as it's highlighted in yellow, we're going to have soon talk on Google internship opportunities, where we're going to go through all the opportunities that are available for every degree. No matter if you're an undergraduate student, I believe that it's second year onwards, they have available for you summer internships or a year in the industry internships as well. And for first year students, they might have 3-week summer mini internships where you can also learn a lot. For postgrad students or for last year students, there's also graduate opportunities where these will be a bit more serious, so it's more the kind of opportunities that would lead to a future job at Google, rather than just an internship. Now I would like to ask everyone to just take 2 minutes and answer this form. You can scan the code, or I'll put the link in the chat right now, and just help us understand a bit more what kind of, where in the knowledge tree you are, if you're experienced with technologies, if you are, okay, I'm not sure what happened there, but I think you can still press it. Can someone just confirm if it's still clickable?
Yeah, you can.
It is.
Okay, thank you. Right, okay. I guess everyone already had time to fill in the form. We are at 22 answers, so I guess that's pretty much everyone. If anyone is still filling in the form, just submit it whenever you're done. And yeah, let's just move on to the next slide. Yes, so here we're talking about a project that we have currently. I don't know if Bruno also wants to talk a bit about the project. But so, yeah, we are searching for experienced students that are experienced with technologies to help us develop a chatbot for medical students to train. I'm having a bit of problems. Can everyone see the slides? Just
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this chatbot will imply a lot of different technologies, so it's a great way to develop new experiences and learn new things together. Currently, we still have 5 spots left on the team, so for all of you who are, I would say, anything above beginner level, just we'll be posting something about this on Facebook and Instagram in the future days. So just send us a message or reply to that post and we'll give you more information about it.
Yep. So I mean, everyone is can join this, but we try to keep the team relatively medium size. So I guess we'll stop at 10 people for this project. Yeah. And the goal of the project is to create a chatbot where the students can interact with the bot. So they should be able to maybe have a 3D representation of the patient and have a profile of the patient, and then they can ask questions about the disease of the patient, how they feel, and the level of pain that they have. So this is really for the medical student to learn how to ask the correct questions and how the patient will react, and also to maybe try to see what disease that they have. So what's the estimated time commitment for this project? So it will really depend. I mean, we don't ask much of you. I mean, if you don't have time, if you only have 1 hour a week, I mean, and some people have more time than you, then we can switch between who works more per week on the project.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Yan, for giving us more of an explanation about this. As I said, we'll soon be posting more details about it on Facebook and explain you how to apply for it. So just keep tuned to our Facebook and Instagram pages and you will for sure see that. Now, moving to the next slide. Now we're going to talk about the solution challenge. So the solution challenge is somewhat of a hackathon organized by Google. It's worldwide, so you would be competing with people from all over the world. In this case, other developer student clubs all over the world. The solution challenge consists on developing in small groups divided, so we can have multiple groups in our own club. Yeah, so these groups will be done during the second semester because that's when the solution challenge begins. And the objective of it is to tackle a problem in our communities. So it's up to you guys to go around, see what you guys think that could be improved in our local community here in Aberdeen using technologies, and just come up with ideas, and we'll help you guys develop a solution for it. And then you'll apply for the Google competition. Last year, the winners of the competition, so in this case, the top 10 teams, they all got a 1-week trip to the Google headquarters in California, where they had that week to spend with Google developers developing their projects furthermore. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think some of those projects even got financial backing so that they could be developed further. As I said, the solution challenge is something that's going to take place in the second semester, so we'll be talking more about this in the future sessions. And I would say from January on, we'll be tackling this more in terms of posts and describing better what it is. As for now, we still don't have the exact solutions of what the challenge is this year, but if it's anything like last year, it will just be developing a solution for a local problem that we can find in our communities. Something to note here is that it's mandatory to use a Google technology. So you can choose some of the ones that you'll learn here with us throughout the year, or you can just decide on any other technology, and we'll try our best to give you guys some insights into it and maybe organize some workshops about it as well. And yeah, so this brings us to the Q&A section. If anyone has any questions, just write them in the chat and we'll do our best to answer them.
So I can't see the chat function for some reason. Sorry. So if you don't mind,
fine.
Is it okay if I just tell you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Sure.
I missed half the meeting. I just came from another meeting. Sorry. And this society, does it? Do you guys like help teach people how to code, or is that something I would have to go and do on my own?
No, definitely. So we will run events to teach people how to code or how to use certain technologies from the ground up. So we don't expect you to have any previous knowledge about it. But we'll also be having events and workshops for people who already have previous knowledge. So for those people, we'll try to divide this in two types of events. So beginner level events and the advanced level events. So if you identify yourself as a beginner in terms of programming or technology, then that's fine. You can attend the beginner event and we'll teach you how to, in this case, program or use whatever technology we are talking about. And we'll start from the ground up and no previous knowledge is required.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Question. How often do you plan to meet? Is it per week? Is it every 2 weeks?
Okay, right. So it's a bit hard to say. We aim to have at least one event once a week. Obviously, with exams and depending on the time of the year, it's harder sometimes. But our aim is to have at least one event a week. Yeah, but I can't tell you for sure that we will or will not have. Maybe some weeks we'll have more than one a week, depending on the difficulty levels. We were also thinking about doing side-by-side events where we're talking about the same technology but on different levels. So some of us will be helping some of you learn from the ground up, while others will be with people who already have previous knowledge and helping those people as well. But our aim is to have at least one event once a week.
Thanks.
Okay. What are the requirements for Firebase and Flutter? So the requirements for Firebase and Flutter, the requirements will just be having some previous knowledge on programming. So in this case, you don't have to know how to program in Flutter per se, but you have to have a basic knowledge of how variables work and how a normal programming language works. And we'll do the translating from every other general programming language into Flutter and try to adapt to it as best as we can.
Thank you.
Someone asked in the chat if you need a Gmail in order to sign up.
Oh, okay, yeah. So for our DST platform, so the Google side of things platform, you need to have a Gmail to register for it.
And someone else asked how you would register as a club member.
Okay, so to register as a club member, as I said, it would mean just following us on our social media pages. getting the membership that is free from AUSE on the AUSE website, and also registering on the DSC website. We will, I think, Federico, can I ask you to put those websites on the chat, please?
Yes, just a second.
Is it okay if you have a Google account with an external email? It should be okay. I can't say for sure. I would say try, and it will clearly tell you if there's a problem or not when you try to register for it. So yeah, that's the link that is in the chat right now. That's our Google Side of Things website, where you need the Gmail account to register. But I guess try and see if it works. Does anyone else have any other questions?
Yeah, so what do you need to do to get the certificate? Do you need to attend one particular session, or you need to do the solution challenge?
Okay, so that depends. So there are multiple certificates that you can get. So there is the basic certificate that we will be emitting, that is just for general members of the club who actively participated in many events, and that we can clearly see that they learned something from the club. And then there's also the more specific types of certificates that, in this case, for example, the solution challenge one, it's you can get participation certificates and placement certificates, if I'm not mistaken, but that's totally Google side of things. It's not us who will be giving you those certificates, it's Google itself emitting them. We'll also be going back to the specific sessions. For example, during certain technology months, we'll be running sessions on that specific technology. And to be able to get the certificate for it, you'll need to complete more than an X amount of chapters on. So basically how it works is we have interactive online learning step-by-step kind of small course, and you need to achieve a certain place in the course to be able to get the certificates.
Okay, I see.
There was another question. Someone would like to know all our degree backgrounds and what we're interested in exploring technology-wise, so the core team.
Oh, okay. I guess we can all speak for ourselves. So me personally, my background is in computing science. And I mean, as technologies, I'm interested in every kind of technology. Generally, I'm really interested into machine learning and web development. So I guess now Eric can start.
Yeah, I'm also a computing science student, and my interest would mainly lie in the area of Flutter, Python, but also generally I'm really interested in very broad approach and like to explore different kinds of technologies.
And as for me, I'm actually a language student. I'm studying French and English. So I'm mainly just interested in learning something new, which I actually did a bit last year. I did a one-semester course in computing, and I really enjoyed it. So I would like to learn more.
Yeah, so I'm mostly interested in Python, mainly data science and machine learning elements, and also in web development, mainly PHP and the Laravel framework.
I don't have a specific technology. I'm interested in web development, data management, and gaming.
I'm interested in Python mostly. Also, I started liking databases. We started them now in the first semester. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, right. So I hope that answers your question. Sharon, are there any other questions in the chat?
No more for now.
I have a question, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
On the Student Association website, there are two types of memberships. There's a normal membership and there's an associate membership.
Yeah, Alza forces, they don't really force us, but we have to differentiate between students who are from the university. So the normal student membership, you have to be from the university to get it. And the associate membership, it could be for students from other universities, for example.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you.
Guilherme, there's another question about the solution challenge. So for the solution challenge, you'll have to make groups with other students?
Yes. I mean, generally speaking, you can participate individually, but we always recommend in teams. So I think the teams can go up to 4 or 5 people, and it's much easier to work as a team rather than by yourself, as you can delegate more work and get further in your project like that.
So do you have to look for other people in the group, or will you assign groups together?
We won't force anyone into any group. By the time that it comes, I guess that some of the members here will get to know each other on workshops and everything, and they'll find their own team, hopefully. If that's not the case, when the time comes, just message us and we'll try to get a team to take you in. And depending on what you're interested in and what they are planning on doing as well, we'll try to get the best fit for you.
Okay, so once they have their group, will it be like there will be multiple subjects and then the groups will go with this subject, or will form group first and then each group will find their subject?
Oh, so it's up to every single group to come up with what's the challenge that they want to tackle and what will be the solution. So, for example, I know that some of the winners from last year, I think one of them was, for example, in their city, there used to be a lot of floods. So they made an app that tracks and sends warnings about floods to all the population so that people can prepare for them and avoid losing merchandise and money and everything with the floods. Here in Aberdeen, hopefully we won't have floods. So I guess it could be any type of challenge that you can see as a student or just as a city in general.
Okay.
Does anyone else have any other question? Right, so if there is no other questions, I would like to thank everyone for attending this info session. I hope you all learned what you wanted to know about the society and how everything is going to work. Hopefully you're excited for our future events. And yeah, hopefully see you all on our next events.
Thank
if
you.
you haven't already, please follow our social media so that you can get the notifications whenever we have new events. And yeah, hope you guys had fun. Thank you all for attending.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
all.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Have a nice evening. Bye.
Bye.